I've come across like quite a few emails that I forgot to read, and one in particular was when we did our you did your I'm an individual in the form of Rage Against the Machine, and we put the call out to listeners saying, hey, if anyone wants to do a cover version of that. And then the band Girl in the UK sent in such a blistering rendition that we were so enamored with. We made it our new theme song. But did you know, Will, there was another track that was sent in via
this. Serious?
There was another track, and this is from Felix. He says, hi, guys. After listening to last week's episode, this is August of 2020, by the way.
Yep.
I took it upon myself to record my own version of Jacko's I'm an Individual in the style of Rage Against the Machine, which I have attached. If you decide to include it in the pod, the only copyright issue would be the lyrics, as all the music is original. Clearly, you're not bothered by that. It's now our theme music. Please excuse the general audio quality of the song. In TOFOP fashion, I was under-equipped and experienced many technical mishaps along the way. Hope you enjoy my best Zach Della Rocca impression, Felix. So, I'd like to debut Felix's I'm
Now, you've heard this, right?
I've listened to the first, 30 seconds, yes.
Okay. So,
but I feel like...
Okay. I've got a lot of questions, but I will wait for those questions, I think, until I've heard it.
Okay. Well, we can pause the song at any time. So when you want to pause it, just say pause.
And all right. How long does it go for?
3.5 minutes.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So there's a bit of, he's just plugging his guitar in. Starting more, it's just sound more rage now, right?
Okay, pause. Can we pause? Okay, so at the start it did sound a lot like Another One Bites of the Dust, and I was like, is he going to do a Queen, mash up of this as well? But yes, it's starting to ease into being funk. A little bit more Rage Against the Machine. Yeah. At the start, he didn't feel like he was raging against anything. He felt like maybe mildly annoyed, but he certainly hadn't built his way up to a rage.
All right. Should we continue?
Yes, continue.
Definitely more rage now, right?
Rage, definitely rage.
All right, just before we get to the lyrics.
Yeah.
What is, I know we maybe talked about this, but what is Rage's genre? Is it funk? Because it's very funk. That bass, is very funk. Are they funk new metal? Are they funk metal, funk heavy rock, heavy funk rock?
Rap rock? I don't know what style of music is Rage Against the Machine is what I'm going to, because they are a bit hard to define in that regard, aren't they?
Well, so Red Hot Chili Peppers, you'd say a rock, but with funk and funk influence, right? They're all
they
very
definitely
basic.
are.
So,
yeah.
So Rage have a bit of funk, but it's heavier rock and with rap.
Yeah, and well, the internet have an idea about what they believe the genre of music is. This is from Britannica.com, so the website for Encyclopedia Britannica. So let's see what they suggest Rage Against the Machine is. So they say the genres. So they say many genres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have 7 genres that they think that. So we're going to cross off funk. Guess. You've already suggested funk. You've already suggested rap. So let's cross rap off. So rap and funk are both gone already. What else? Metal is on the list. So let's cross off metal. Yes.
Are there subcategories of those broader categories like new metal?
No. One of them's you might have even said, but it didn't count. It's probably the biggest sort of widest genre you would describe them as being. Well, rock. Rock.
Oh, just rock. Okay.
Yeah. So far we have rap, metal, rock, funk,
It's like they just went into a record store, looked at like all the categories on the shelves, and like, yeah, we'll do that. That's our band.
Okay, so actually, there's only one more left because it turns out they've mentioned metal twice. So,
Really? Well, that's how metal they are. They're double
That's
metal.
right, exactly.
What-
Wikipedia referred to this band as this final one that you haven't guessed yet is a
Political?
bit of a no. It's a kind of again. It's a sort of a very big genre. Like so, it's a type of rock. It is a category of rock that is encompasses like a very wide range of bands, including Rage Against the Machine.
Alternative.
Alternative, yes.
Yeah.
So they
All
are
right, well, I
an
agree with all those
alternative
categories.
Yeah, an alternative rock band, I believe.
Do you reckon there's any other band that fits all those categories?
Yes. I can't think of who they are off the top of my head, but yes.
Linkin Park?
Linkin
I know
Park,
Linkin Park
probably.
and a lot more. They're not funk though. They're more new metal.
Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah,
Not
I wouldn't
really
put them in
metal.
the same category.
No.
Yeah, yeah. All right, should we keep going with Felix's
Yes.
song?
Yes.
Someday you might see me on the street. My crystal clear complexion is as snow white as a sheet. 'Cause some say I'm a genius, to others I'm a loon. But someday there'll be people like me walking on the moon. If you think you got the nerve to put me in my place, I think that I should warn you I'm not just a pretty face. I'm an individual.
So I just got to pause. I got to say, pretty good Zach LaRocca. Like, I mean, I think that the girl did the more screechy Zach LaRocca, but this is more that kind of like Bulls on Parade. He's more into more of his groove. You've got something to say, Zach LaRocca.
If this felt
De La
like
Rocca, sorry.
if this felt like or if somebody said, hey, there's this like obscure early Rage Against the Machine garage sessions thing that's been released
Yeah.
online and you heard this, there's a bit of you that'd be like, oh yeah, maybe I could see how maybe that's like it definitely has the vibe of it for sure.
Let's just hear how he hits the chorus.
You can't fool me, an individual. You can't fool me, a genuine original. You can't fool me, I'm keeping open mind, 'cause I'm thinking all the time. I've a basic sense of rhythm and a chronic sense of rhyme.
Okay, hang on. Can we just so here's what I will say. Once again, I am going back to the original idea that this is a good idea. Like these lyrics do suit this style of music. Like, you know, that chorus line, that call and response chorus line of I'm an individual, you can't fool me. It has that real wake up, like, you know, don't believe everything you read, do your own fucking research. Like,
Yeah.
you know, let's burn the whole thing down. You can't fool me. It works.
100% works. Like, I think that's the. I'm surprised that we haven't been kind of slapped with any kind of like. Who was the? Oh, we have to look it up now because I can't remember who wrote "I'm an Individual."
Did Mark Jacko Jackson not write I'm an Individual? I mean, I guess he probably didn't do the
think so.
music, right? Like he would have done the lyrics, wouldn't he? I've always imagined that it was the lyrics penned by Mark Jacko Jackson. Are you thinking that somebody has gone to Mark Jacko Jackson with the
song,
lyrics
yeah,
of
I
I'm
reckon
an Individual and said, you know what? Has looked around. They've written this song, I'm an Individual. They've looked around at who they think are individuals and they've found themselves at Mark Jacko Jackson's store.
Yeah, he didn't write it. It was written by Robert Alexander Brown.
Who is Robert
Rab.
Alexander Brown?
There's no hyperlink. I think this is anything. I mean, I'm sure we've read this before, but it's just a quick recap. I'm an Individual was a novelty song released by Mark Jacko Jackson in '85, described as okay. So we've had the 6 categories.
Oh yeah. What are the categories?
6 categories.
Yeah.
No, well, it's one of those categories, but with a descriptor that if you played Rage Against the Machine to your mother or your grandmother, they might describe it as being a bit
loud, noisy.
No, a bit. No, what's a word that like grandmas use, especially for like, you know, metal and hip hop? It's a bit You're in the loud is definitely an
Mm.
issue. It's more the delivery of the lyrics.
Shouty. A bit
It's a bit
shouty.
shouty. Described as shouty rap.
Uh-huh.
But that's not, I mean, isn't it all, well, not all rap, but that's like the Beastie Boys with shouty rap.
Absolutely.
Like that's a style of rap. I don't think there's shouty rap.
I mean, I reckon there's pretty shouty rap. Like, I think that shouty rap is like, hang on, let's see what
But yeah,
comes
but that's
out. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're sort of saying, in inverted commas, described as shouty rap as if it's unique to Jacko. What I'm saying is, I don't think it is that unique.
No, absolutely. No, there's like, like the internet is filled with articles, which I will not click on because we'll get too distracted, about the shoutiest rappers in the world. There's like, on the first page,
Oh,
it was like 25 lists of the shoutiest rappers, top 10 shoutiest rappers. Who's the loudest rapper? So like, there's definitely shouty rappers.
Okay, this is just a little bit of trivia about I'm an individual, which maybe we didn't talk about the first time. But fellow Australian rules footballer Warwick Capper is reputed to have recorded his single "I Only Take What's Mine" as a result of the success of "I'm an Individual." And in the music video for "I Only Take What's Mine," it includes footage of Capper throwing darts at a picture of Jackson. So, unbeknownst to those two guys in 1985, they were having a beef. They were having a rap
beef. Yeah.
beef. Like, fastest way to sell records is to like just find a rival rapper and start a beef.
Well, it was, East Coast v East Coast, I guess. But no, it was a rival of the city.
East Coast versus South Coast.
Jacko, I was going to say Jacko's in Melbourne,
Jacko
right?
Victorian.
And
Yep.
then Kappa's up in like Sydney and then Brisbane.
Sydney.
So yeah, it's
Yeah. And Kappa played for the Bloods, so Crips and Bloods.
oh yes,
So,
true.
I mean, it's more like Cats and Bloods because he played for Geelong. Jackson.
Do you think that the famous gang, the Bloods, ever get any of the Sydney Swans players over to explain the Bloods culture to them? Do they ever get Brett Kirk in for a little speech?
All these hardcore gangbangers, you just get like Brett Kirk over there just saying, look, it's really bad. When it's your turn to go, you go. You just put your head over the ball. Yo, is there a no dickheads policy? Absolutely. You get the Bloods culture. To see the full video, join our Patreon.
Patreon.com/TOFOP.